Hi, I'm Franzi Rothe with Keller Realty Professional Partners, and this is...
I'm Ben Tobias with Fairway Mortgage.
And today we're doing an autocomplete internet search. Kind of nervous.
You should be. You do not know the question,
Yes,
so we're going to fire away.
All right.
First question. Is 2020 going to be a good year to buy or sell?
Yes. So.
Perfect. Next question.
Yes, I mean, Arizona real estate market is really great for sellers. Mm-hmm. Really little inventory, so not a lot of competition for sellers. It gets a little bit tricky for buyers sometimes, but interest rates are really good, so that should help.
So you're saying selling high, you could sell high now because there's not a lot of inventory?
Yes.
Okay.
It helps definitely with the prices. And
okay.
Multiple offers maybe, so.
Oh, nice. Question 2,
Is
magic hand. I'll do one more question here. Why should people buy a house instead of renting?
Well, because it's basically an automatic savings plan. So every time you make a payment, you put money into your equity. So with rentals, that doesn't really happen, right? I mean, you just give the money to someone else and it goes out the window.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest reason.
Invest in yourself?
Yep. Future, retirement, things like that.
I like it.
Should a buyer speak to more than one lender?
Yeah, right? You should. I think you should explore all your options. It's like if you're, let's say people commonly make the analogy of shopping for a car. Would you just walk right into a dealership, buy the first car at the price you're being told at right away? Now, granted, we're talking about financing, but how do you know what the different options are without looking around? How do you know the differences in services? How can you feel that without comparing from one person to the next? So, yeah, I think you should talk to more than one person, see where you feel most comfortable, make sure that you have built that trust with them, that they provided you with a lot of extensive options to know what your best decisions can be made from that options, and I think you should. Yeah. Are you ready for your question?
Okay, I'm ready.
What are some ways to make the home buying process easy?
By hiring a real estate agent.
I like that answer.
Well, I think you just do your homework. I think you need to make a list of what's important to you. What are your priorities? And share that with your real estate agent too. Because sometimes if there's no communication, if you don't convey what you need, then they can't really help you. So I think
do you think it's fair to say sometimes people don't even realize what they want until it's presented to them?
That is, yeah, definitely. And sometimes it's just a little bit of a learning curve for both of us until we get to know each other, and I know how I can help you the best. So, all right. What is the difference between FHA and conventional financing?
Good question. There's a lot of differences. I think from the common buyer, what they're probably thinking is, what's going to save me more money, right? There are differences from behind the scenes from a insurability standpoint, and there's different things when it comes to qualifying, whether there's different rules on each side between conventional and FHA. But things that are important, like mortgage insurance, comes into play. Seasoning between different instances like foreclosures or short sales or bankruptcies can come into play, what may work better. Whether you're married and your spousal debt may come into play between FHA, it may, and conventional may not. Mm-hmm. So I would say look at both in all scenarios. Maybe only one would work for you, and if they both work for you, then see what's going to save you the most money. And ideally they're both going to be safe loans. So you just kind of look at long-term, short-term savings, and hopefully it helps you achieve your goals. How long have you been in Arizona? That's a personal question.
Are they Googling that?
They did. They Googled they don't know how long they've been in Arizona. And they want to know how long Franzi has been in Arizona.
Yes. It was 14 years ago, December 1st.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Happy late anniversary.
Thank you.
To Arizona.
I know, it's, I don't know, that's always the date that I'll remember, December 1st.
That's a pretty big change.
We went on a plane with 2 suitcases and
you're from Poland, right? I'm just kidding.
Close.
Next door?
Yes.
Germany.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I love it here, so. What is the lowest credit score to get a mortgage?
Well, there are ways of going underneath a 580 when you broker a loan, it can be pretty difficult to get that deal done and for a buyer to qualify for it. Generally speaking, 580 is typically the lowest you'll see when it comes to FHA financing and VA financing. Conventional, 620. That's pretty much a set standard across the board. Down payment assistance sometimes requires a little bit higher. Sometimes you see 620 or 640 is more common with down payment assistance. But, if just because, you might not be at that qualifying level, you can potentially get your scores up to qualify. Hopefully you're working with someone who can help you get your scores up.
Like
if you
you
have
guys
a score.
do that, right?
We do. Yeah. So we have in-house credit analysts that work with our buyers to get their scores up, whether it's just getting a better interest rate, whether it's to qualify.
Alrighty. Do you believe it is important to give back to the community?
Yes, I do. Absolutely. I think, I have a child. I've lived in Arizona for a long time. We live here. You're part of the community. I think it's important to give back. That's something you see, in the Midwest, from where I'm from. It's very common to know your neighbor. Get involved with charity organizations. I'm involved with a charity organization, and try to give back wherever I can. I think that we lived pretty charmed lives, and we have a lot of privileges, and some people out there are not quite as privileged, and
What kind of charities are you involved in?
So I'm on a foundation board of Scottsdale 2030. That is a charity group that donates to children's charities. We raise money to then give to local children's charities in Arizona.
Okay.
So through that, though, get to meet a lot of different charities, just specifically of seeing how they impact the community. Boys Hope, Girls Hope is a really neat one that we donate to. Phoenix Children's Hospital, as a lot of people know here, because they do so many great things for people. There's a lot of charities that we've partnered up with through the years, so it's been really, really cool to see how they operate, how they help people, and there's a lot of people that need it out there. So, how about yourself?
When I decided to volunteer, I volunteered for the Humane Society, the Arizona Humane Society, and that was because that was personal. Like, it was just something. I'm an animal lover. I've always grown up with animals.
You have dogs, right?
Dogs and cats.
Dogs and cats?
Yes.
They live harmoniously in your house?
Yeah, kind of. But no, there's a lot of things that are painful for me when it comes to animal welfare. And so I just thought, well, how do you make a difference with that? And so I started volunteering, because it breaks my heart seeing them in the shelter. It's hard.
I think, is that it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Wasn't that bad?
No, it wasn't bad at all. Great job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good job,
You're
too.
quite a wealth of knowledge.
Well, if you guys have any other questions, we're always available.
Yeah.
So give us a call. Our numbers are on the bottom here,
Are
I
they?
assume.
Okay. Email?
Yes.
Phone call? Text?
Yep. Well, yeah. So thanks again, Ben. It was fun.
Thank you for having me. This has been great. Well, we should do it again.
All right.
All right. So long.